Today, I'm changing the front wheel bearing and hub assemblies on this 2003 Chevrolet Suburban. This thing is due for a refresh with 126,000 miles on the originals. Plus, I am chasing a recent noise. Sounds like I'm driving on dry-rotted 35s doing 70 down the freeway. You know what I'm saying. And to cap it all off, I found some really nice Timken units that are made in the USA. Let's get started. I'm going to spin this thing and we're going to see if we can hear anything. I do hear something. I don't know where it's coming from though. With the wheel off, we can see the brake rotor, the brake caliper, and the axle nut. I have to remove all of this stuff. I'll start this process by removing this bracket right here, which is a 10mm bolt. But in order to get at this bolt, I have to remove this plastic clip. Now with this loose, I can remove the caliper. And for that, there's two 18mm bolts back here. All right, they're both coming out. And there's the top one. I'm gonna take off the caliper, set this up on top of the upper control arm where it doesn't fall. The caliper is now up out of the way on top of the control arm. Now this rotating assembly right here is part of our wheel bearing and hub assembly. So let's spin this and see if we can hear anything. Yeah, I mean, I can hear something. Again, I don't know if that's coming from the CV axle, the boot, or the bearing right here. I'll hold the microphone right up next to it. Well, you know, and also, it feels tight. It definitely doesn't feel like it has any play in it at all. So I don't know, this may or may not be my issue. And right about here is where things get a little interesting. You can see, I just mentioned that this may or may not be my issue. I don't have a problem with that because this vehicle has 126,000 miles on it. This is the original wheel bearing hub assembly. I don't mind at this point replacing these. These are a wear item, as are the upper and lower ball joints, which I'm gonna be replacing very soon. Not because there's anything wrong, but because there's over 125,000 miles on them. I like to replace this stuff before it gets really bad. I always want to have a good running rig. I found a really good bearing and hub assembly to replace this, which I'll show you in a second. I don't know if that's going to be strong enough, to be honest. Maybe. Let's try to break this loose. Oh yeah. Thank you, Lord. Now the last step here is just removing the 3 bolts that hold on the hub assembly. All right, slight predicament here. You can see the socket I'm using is a 3/8 and it's a 15mm deep socket. And that's the only combination I can come up with in order to clear the lower control arm, also the boot of the CV axle there. Yep, okay. All right. I will have to use a wrench for this top bolt because the stud on the top ball joint is completely blocking any access with this socket. Just as I thought, I was able to use this 15mm wrench and I just doubled up on it to get some more leverage. So at this point I cannot get the top bolt out because the stud for the upper ball joint there is blocking it completely. I think though that it's not attached to the threads, and as far as the knuckle goes, that's just a through hole. So I think I can just loosen this with my rubber mallet and take it off. Need some more power here. Yeah, she's coming off. There we go. Duh, I gotta unplug the good old-fashioned ABS line. We have the ABS line here, and there's these plastic clips that it's in. And then it plugged in right there. There we go. There is our assembly there. Definitely you can tell this is original. Here's the part that I bought to replace the old factory bearing. Now this is by Timken. They are well known for making very high quality bearings. Now the thing is, this bearing I am very, very happy to report is made in the USA. So that right there is also one of the reasons why I didn't mind to pull out that parts cannon, because I knew I was replacing the old original factory part with another made in the USA high quality bearing. You can see it even comes with a new ABS cable, and even this ABS cable is stamped with Timken on it. Feels nice and smooth. My next order of business is to clean up this mating surface and the surface inside of here. You can see there's lots of crud and corrosion in there. We need to get that cleaned up. And I'm gonna do that with this piece of Scotch-Brite and some good old WD-40. Spray her down. Just start scrubbing. And there is everything cleaned up, ready to put it all back together. In an effort to try to limit any future corrosion, I'm gonna put a little bit of anti-seize in here. All right, we have everything ready to go. I have the dust shield back on. Well, these factory installed bolts don't seem to have any thread locker on them, but I'm gonna go ahead and use the blue medium strength, just because. The hub assembly is on. It is torqued down. We've got the blue Loctite in there. I'm going to torque down the caliper to knuckle bolts. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The job is finished. Everything is back together. Everything is torqued down. We have the caliper bolts torqued. We have the 3 bolts to the hub assembly torqued. I have the ABS line properly run and connected. Time to put the wheel on, get on the road, and test it out. That's 150, but I think the torque spec is 177. So yesterday I finished up the driver's side and I took this thing out on a drive. I just couldn't wait to see if that was the issue, if I fixed it. And well, truth be told, no, I didn't fix it. That wasn't the issue. However, this morning I got up and I tackled the passenger side. The passenger side just got finished about an hour ago. I'm gonna take this thing out on a drive and we're gonna check if it was the passenger side that was causing that sound. First acceleration here, listening for the noise. It's still there. Well, at least I have 2 new hubs. Wow, what is it? Is it just an alignment? I mean, the truck drives straight and true. All right, guys, comment down below and tell me what you think it is. Okay, so it didn't fix it, but like I said, I've been planning on refreshing the front end for a while now. So regardless of whether or not this problem is fixed, I've tackled the 2 front bearing hub assemblies, which is relatively easy. I mean, it's involved, but it's not rocket science here. So let me know what you think. What is that sound? Could it simply be an alignment issue? The truck does drive pretty straight down the road, but I did plan on getting an alignment to try to tackle that issue. And of course, I didn't want to get an alignment if I needed, you know, perhaps new upper and lower ball joints and things like that. So I hope this kind of makes sense. All of this is kind of one giant ball of wax. I'm gonna do the ball joints, then I'm gonna do the alignment, and hopefully after all of that, it's probably just the alignment and this thing will be fixed. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If you've watched this far and you're not a subscriber to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm Jimmy for One Road here on YouTube, and I will see you in the next one. It almost has that sound like if I had big off-road tires and, you know, they were going wah, 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 wah down the road.